El zurrito de la cruz. Annalise Castro, ¡ole! ¡Ora guapa! ¡Ole! ¡Ole! ¡Eso!
Welcome to the CAMPO de CAHUENGA. We're here today to celebrate the 161st anniversary of the signing of the Articles of Capitulation between Mexico and the United States of America. One of the great things about a day like this is the opportunity that it provides to bring history to life. History can be told at any place and at any time, but it doesn't really come to life until you stand where it happened, where you can see the same views, breathe the same air, and walk on the same soil. Then it comes to life. The document signed here ended a war between two nations, but more, it fulfilled the dream of our founding fathers. The belief, right or wrong, that it was the manifest destiny of this country to be united from coast to coast.
During the 58th reenactment of the 60th year of the signing of Articles of the Capitulation ending in the Mexican-American War in California, I congratulate the community to preserve the CAMPO de CAHUENGA historical site. This is a congressional certificate of the recognition presented to CAMPO de CAHUENGA. Thank you.
May I present this to you, Richard?
You may. Thank
On
you.
behalf of the City of Los Angeles and our great Mayor, Antonio Villaraigosa, I, as councilman of the 4th District of the City of Los Angeles, in celebration of the 161st anniversary of the signing of the Articles of Capitulation at CAMPO de CAHUENGA, on this date in 1847, John C. Fremont and Andres Pico. By the way, Mr. Pico, I'm not in favor of one-way and Olympic at Pico, but that's another story. These two great Americans, two great Californians, signed the Articles of Peace ending the hostilities between Mexico and the United States and leading to the birth of California. And you know what's so important? You know, and I don't want to talk politics here, but we're all one people. And we gotta understand that everyone who's here has a place here. We also want to make sure everything is right for everybody and everybody work hard for the future generations of Californians, which is so important. And that's what this history lesson is all about. I just want to thank everybody, Richard, for being together. Thank our signer right here, who's so special. For those, give her a big hand there. And how do you say thank you and sign? Thank you.
I'm now going to bring forward Guy Weddington McCreary, who is the curator of the CAMPO.
When we drive by this beautiful little park, which really is a historical site, which has such greater even significance than a park. And as you see this adobe here, and you see these beautiful palm trees like an oasis standing before us, and across from NBC Universal Studios and the MCA station here, and now NBC is going to be building next door to us some buildings, all this together, and it's vital. And that means the CAMPO, if things are done right here, should then be able to become one of the most significant historical sites in the United States, because they can come by train and they can come by other methods, come here and then go on to Universal. It'll take us maybe 2 years to get there with it being fixed, but once we have the docent program in order and everything, you'll be able to really enjoy this site. For you understand why we're sitting here, and I don't, you know, we're just sitting here, we need to know why, that after Texas won its independence in 1836, relation with Mexico became very strained. And then when Texas became a state in 1845, Mexico dropped diplomatic relations with the United States. So we were sitting on a powder keg from then on over Texas in itself. President James K. Polk, one of our great presidents, was the leader of the Manifest Destiny of that day, and he sent Captain Fremont, then a captain, to California to do a military expedition, but mainly it was to explore based on a scientific and surveying engineer staff.
Introduce the reenactors of the signing of the Articles of Capitulation this afternoon. Please welcome the narrator of the reenactment, Bill Howard.
Peace at last. The Treaty of El Campo de Cahuenga. El Campo de Cahuenga is the most historic site in the state of California. It was here, once the grounds of the San Fernando Mission, but later owned by the Pico family, that Lieutenant Colonel John Charles Fremont arrived from Monterey with about 450 men on January 11th, 1847, to end the Mexican-American War on the Northern Front and bring the territory into the Union with a treaty of peace and conciliation. Fremont was acting under orders sent to him by President James K. Polk and delivered by a secret agent, Archibald Gillespie, who accompanied Fremont on his mission to California. Upon their arrival, they found an unusually dangerous situation. Andres Pico had led a revolt of Mexican war prisoners against Commodore Robert Stockton's naval forces at Los Angeles and had been defeated. However, Pico fled rather than surrender, for Stockton wanted him hanged for parole violation and leading the revolt. Among Fremont's loyal battalion was Jesus Pico, a cousin of Andres, and he was able to arrange a meeting between the two men.
They are tired of revolution. They would rather become part of America to enjoy its freedom, independence, and prosperity.
Well, what you say may be true, but you cannot blame me as a loyal Mexican for making one last stand against the American forces. After all, the war between us continues in Texas along the border and in Mexico City, and who knows how that will end. It is true also that my vaqueros were defeated by Commodore Stockton's forces, and I acknowledge that defeat. But I should not be hanged.
Then let us sit down together and write a treaty that will bring peace, conciliation, and end of bloodshed for all of us.
So it was that the two men worked together to produce what we know today as the capitulation of Cahuenga.